One of the longest-standing partnerships in AI might be reaching a breaking point. OpenAI now growing frustrated with its obligations to Microsoft. That's according to some reports. For today's Tech Check, our Deirdre Bosa is talking about how this could be a part of a bigger realignment in the industry. Hey, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Carl. So theirs is the most public falling out, but this isn't just about OpenAI and Microsoft. What we're seeing is a much broader realignment, where strategic alliances may end up mattering more than who has the best model. Now you've got big tech, infrastructure players, deep-pocketed investors like SoftBank, all moving, trying to lock in talent and distribution before the next phase of the race begins. And that is what makes the growing OpenAI-Microsoft tension so striking. It was once the AI partnership, widely seen as the most strategic and the best aligned in the industry. Microsoft brought the capital and the data centers. OpenAI brought in the talent and the breakthroughs. But now they're both diversifying. They're increasingly competing with each other as well. Microsoft building its own model, even featuring Elon Musk at its developer conference. That is a signal that it's open to new model partnerships. OpenAI, meanwhile, it's working with Oracle and reportedly Google, pushing for multi-cloud access. It's moving deeper into enterprise and defense. Tens of billions more it's raising as it tries to convert into a for-profit company. That is a move that would give it even greater control over its future, but would also squeeze Microsoft's stake and strategic leverage in the process. Now, since Microsoft first invested $1 billion back in 2019, its own shares have more than tripled. It has since poured in some additional $13 billion in capital. And now, as that stake risks becoming diluted through OpenAI's for-profit conversion, the question is really whether Microsoft's early bet still gives it enough leverage in what comes next. Going back to that first partnership announcement, guys, it's very interesting to see how much AGI, artificial general intelligence, the next leg of this race, how much that factors in. Because the deal included a clause that once OpenAI declares AGI, the partnership ends. So maybe it's no coincidence that this year, Sam Altman keeps talking about it, how close they are. That could be a negotiating tool. It could be a deadline. It could even be a way to reset the terms entirely. But I think it's clear we haven't seen the end of this tension anywhere close to it yet.
That doesn't say great things about what an empirical, truthful landmark of AGI, when it might come, right? If he's using this as a chip. Yeah.
Absolutely, you're right. And I think that there's a lot of growing evidence that we may be further away than we even thought. There was that Apple paper on reasoning models throwing a little bit of cold water on how smart they actually are. They're not the only ones. Anthropic has thrown cold water, a Chinese lab as well. That kind of goes against the idea that we are close to AGI because the models, they break down after a certain point. But clearly, it would be in Sam Altman's incentive. He has a real incentive to say that they're close because it changes this whole Microsoft partnership that is breaking into the open now, some of the cracks in it.
Do they just not need them as much anymore?
Yeah, I think there's a huge realignment taking place. They need capital, right? And Masa-san at SoftBank has a lot to provide. I mean, they can partner with Google, which they reportedly are. And it may also show on the Microsoft side how they're looking ahead to the next leg of the race, that maybe they're not willing to spend as much. Maybe they want to be a little more cautious in terms of CapEx. They don't want to keep pouring money into OpenAI, which is still losing money, right? So it says a lot about where each of them stand and where they think that this race is going.